People are always going out to steakhouses to get that perfect steak experience. There are a few tips that I can show you that we use in the restaurants to make the perfect steak at home. So I'm going to show you how to put the perfect crust on the steak, I'm going to show you how to cook it through perfectly, and we're going to plate it like a champ. So here's some of the secrets. It all starts with the dry rub. In my dry rub I use seasoned salt, kosher salt, pepper, but the absolute secret is brown sugar. What the brown sugar is going to do is going to stick to that meat. Once that meat hits the pan, that brown sugar is going to caramelize, add a nice layer of texture, but also give you not really sweetness, but more umami. Make sure every single inch of the steak is covered completely with the dry rub, and you can tap off any excess. Make sure to get that grill pan screaming hot, and that means leaving it on the highest flame for about 1 minute to 2 minutes. So I'm actually laying the steak down on an angle, and a little 45-degree angle, so I can get those perfect little kind of crosshatch X marks. You're allowed to peek by peeling the steak up, but not lifting it off, because you want those lines to match when the steak lies down again. Once you get a nice grill mark on one side, I want you to pick the steak up and lay it down in that alternating 45 degrees so it makes an X. So I've turned the steak over, it's got that perfect amount of grill mark, and I want to just use some herbs to kind of caramelize and perfume the steak as it cooks in the oven. It's time to put the steak in a preheated oven to 350 degrees for about 8 minutes for the perfect medium rare. So once you pull the steak out of the pan, you want it to rest outside of the pan on a plate for about 8 to 10 minutes. And what that does is settle all the juices down and retains the moisture in the steak. So to carve a ribeye like a professional, I want you to cut the bone out, and there's a little V point where there's a little fat tip. You can cut that out. I call that the chef's privilege. That's my little nugget of pleasure before I serve my guests. Take what's left, which is kind of a round piece, fan slice it, meaning angle the knife, slice it into about 1 inch wide pieces, fan them out on a plate, and the little cap that's kind of the cooked end, flip that over so it shows as a medium rare end. Plate that perfectly fanned out steak. You want to finish it with some of the herbs that we roasted it with, and don't forget that resting jus, which is basically the pan drippings from resting the steak. Pour that right over the top, and there you go, you got the perfect steakhouse steak at home. It's time to go freak your friends out.